Hey, how's it going? Jason here, and in this episode we're going to be working on this prostrata juniper I have right here. Alright, so the first time I worked on this tree, it was actually just this one branch, and it was in a grower's can at the time. None of this was done, and all we did was wire this one branch right here, this one, that one right there. Then about a year later, everything developed, and then we wired the whole thing, and that was its first styling. So now the wire's been removed, and you can see that it's kind of out of shape now. It's kind of going a little bit crazy. The growth is really nice. You can see all green and how healthy the foliage is. But we're going to go in here and I'm going to wire it, and we're going to see if we can make this look nice again. All right, so I'm all done wiring this. So let's just go over what I did. Basically at the end, I just put some water in and I brushed, used like a wire brush and with some water, and then kind of scrubbed the trunk here just to make it look red so it looks nice. I also polished the pot a little bit so that the tree and the foliage stands out a little bit more. So basically I wired each pad, just going up like I did before from the bottom up. And then I did the apex at the end. I had two branches here. Usually, if you've wired a few times or you've done a first styling, you won't have to wire these primary branches again. These ones right here, basically where the main ones are coming out of. You won't have to do those again. But in this case, originally I had the apex a little bit more off to this side over here, to the left. But I decided that I wanted to move it back to the right. And because I wanted to move it back to the right, I needed to bring these two branches a little bit more inwards. So I put some wire on these guys and then bent them a little bit. But you can see that on these ones here, my first branch, my second branch, and my back branch, I didn't need to apply wire anymore just because those were already set. All right, so once you get the primaries wired and they're set, usually all you have to do when you have to do the restyles is just remove the wire and then just do the secondaries. So for most of the branches, that's what I did. However, if one of the nice things about bonsai is that the tree's always changing. So in this case, the apex got shifted a little bit, so I had to put some wire on some primaries just to shift them over a little bit. And I think it came out much better that way. Originally, it was a little coming off to the left a little bit. I think it looks a lot better now. So if I rotate the tree, you can kind of see what I've done. And one thing I really like about this tree is you guys have seen the progression of this tree basically when it was originally just in a grower's can, and we did that how to wire a bonsai branch just with this first branch right here. So you saw how bare and what it looked like when it was raw material. And you know, year after year I do updates on this one, and this one finally is starting to look pretty nice. I think it looks pretty full. I'm actually starting to get the foliage and the growth. You know how I talked about when we have the leggy growth, we're waiting for some foliage inside? Well, I'm starting to get that right in here, which I can usually use these guys to replace them. I can get this really dense, and I can get all these pad layers really dense, like this one right here. This one's looking really nice and full, and I've got foliage coming out all over here. And sort of how you get that is just making sure that when you have your tree placed outside, it's in full sun, and you rotate it regularly just to make sure the light's hitting it from all sides. I think this tree is looking how I like it. So really at this point, probably next year I won't have to do all this wiring on these primary branches. They'll just be set, and I'll just have to either do some wire on the outside here and maybe some trimming, and then this tree is basically in maintenance mode. One thing I think might happen though is this pot is starting to get a little bit small, so I might go up in the pot size. Also the soil in here is getting a little bit old, so maybe on the next thing, maybe in the next video what I'll do is I'll show the repot on this tree, put in some good soil, and then this tree will do even better. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.